you. I first have to give honor to God. Thank you guys for inviting us here tonight. I really enjoyed the meal. Thank you so much. Again, my name is TinaJohnson, and I'm running for Clark County Clerk. I'm a longtime resident of Clark County. I grew up in Girth and graduated in 1986 Girth High School. I am currently working in the clerk's office as Chief Deputy Clerk, and I've been there for 10 years. I worked 7 years as Deputy Clerk and 3 years as Chief Deputy Clerk. My previous experience, I have 12 years in banking, and 3 of those years as a teller supervisor. I have 5 years as a pharmacy technician, and I'm also a licensed insurance producer in the state of Arkansas. That was one of those things that happened in 2020 when it was like, what do you do with yourself when you're locked up in the house and nothing to do? So I began to study for that exam. I took that exam and passed it, but that is something that I'm not using, but I am a producer. I am also a member of the Tate Temple Church of God in Christ. I've been a member there for 14 years. I am currently serving as one of the board members there. I'm also the president of the children's ministry. That's both local and in our district children's ministry. I have a funny story about working in the clerk's office, how I began my journey in county government. I got an interview with Rhonda Cole. I started looking for a job because I was working as a pharmacy technician, and my hours were 9 to 6. But working there, it was 9 to whenever. You couldn't leave until all of the orders were out. So I began looking for another job because I had a small child at home and I was getting home too late. A lot of times it'd be 6:30, 7 o'clock. So I began looking for a new job. So I interviewed with Rhonda, and I felt like the interview went really well, you know, and I kept waiting on her to call me because she said she had a few more interviews and she would call me whenever she had everybody interviewed. So I waited and waited. No Rhonda. I'm like, okay. And finally, I got a letter in the mail. And so y'all know what the letters mean, right? I was like, no way. Because I prayed, I asked God for this, and by faith, I believed that that was my job because that's what I needed at the time. And I got that letter, and I couldn't believe it. But anyway, a couple days later, she called me, and she says, Tina, yes, this is Rhonda Cole. Hi, Rhonda. How are you? And she says, if you're still interested, I'd like to offer you this position. I had my phone in my hand, so I said, hold on just a minute. Put my phone down, and I had to do my happy dance because God knew what I needed at that moment. So I thank God for being in county government. I thank God for my job. I really appreciate what I do. I love working for the citizens of Clark County. Whether we do there's a lot of functions that go on in the county clerk's office, whether it's a marriage license where you're cheering people on, or whether it's someone coming in, they have a death in the family doing a probate, you may need to let them lean on your shoulders to cry, or you may need to just be a listening ear. But I appreciate working for the citizens of Clark County. I've worked in Clark County, in the community for quite some time, and I'm just a humble servant, and I love serving people. And I know that, there's a lot of things that goes on. There's our voting. I just want to make sure that our office is, continues to work in the manner that it always has. I feel like the 2 previous clerks have left it pretty well established, and I thank God for that. So I just wanted to make sure, I want to continue to make sure our office runs in an organized manner. And, the people of Clark County are still satisfied with us. I'm just a servant, and that's all I am. Nothing big, but I enjoy what I do. And I feel like if you love what you do, you're going to make every effort to continue and try to strive to do better. So I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to go out and vote in our primary election. If you don't remember those dates, it's early voting starts May 9th through the 23rd from 8 to 6 at the Arkadelphia Rec Center. Election day, May 24th at any vote center in Clark County. And the last day you can vote by absentee as well. Last day for an absentee ballot is May 17th. If you know anybody that needs a ballot, just call us and we'll be happy to get those applications out to them. And also our general election, I know it's a ways away, but the deadline to register to vote is October 10th. Early voting begins 10/24 through November 7th at the Rec Center 8 to 6. And election day is November 8th at any vote center as well. So I really appreciate your support. Thank you for inviting me here. If you have any questions, I'm available.